I'm going to be reading the questions off of my laptop as well as the answers because I wrote them down on there. But so the first one is, what was your perspective about addictions before this class? So before this class, I was really interested in taking addictions because I knew that my internship was going to be in probation. And although I didn't know much about probation, I knew that it was going to have to deal with individuals that were struggling with certain drugs because of their criminal acts or stuff like that. So I think it was helpful for me because in addictions, I was able to see things in my probation internship where people would come in with opioid, alcohol, or marijuana addiction, and they didn't have a way to stop it. So we would have to provide resources for them. But that's what I thought of. Before the class, I already knew that I was interested because of my probation internship. So what were the most significant things you learned through this class? The most significant things would have to have been like the the different things that you could get addicted to. Like, I didn't know you could get addicted to an energy drink, but I felt that addiction recently when we started talking about it, because I drink maybe 2 energy drinks a day, and I drink pre-workout, so that, and the coffee basically. So that's a lot of caffeine in my body, and I rely on it because I drink one and I feel good for an hour, but then I crash and I want another one and another one. And I started noticing that, and it started affecting me not just physically but mentally. I was just not in the right place. uh, I just felt like I needed that energy to want to do something, to want to do homework, to want to go to the gym, to want to go to practice, etc. Another thing that was significant for me was learning about alcohol and how bad the addiction could get and the behaviors that come with it, especially like the BAC levels. So as you know, I've been struggling mentally a lot, and I've relied on a lot on alcohol, and it's been really bad because my BAC levels have been really high, and it's where I've even lost conscience. I've lost bladder control. I've lost. I've just acted angry, or I get sad and I can't control my emotions due to the alcohol, and that's where you know that you're falling kind of into addiction because of those behavior factors happening not just once, not just twice, but multiple times. And every time that I would get upset or overthink, I would want to get a drink. And that's when I knew that I needed to stop. And although I haven't stopped completely, I've done it moderately. And the things we have learned in class about it have really helped me just not want to fall into that addiction. So those are like the things I found more significant about the class. Just learning about the different behaviors that could happen due to addiction. And for me, I was relating it to energy drinks and alcohol. What do you see as the government's role in regulations and drugs, and why? The government regulates drugs for the safety of our health. An important topic I found interesting would have to be one that I found on the final exam, which was about ketamine, and how they're used in like clinical areas that help people that are going through pain, and it helps for like acute episodes that people have, and it helps their pain just be relieved. But if our health is so important, why are they even allowing it to be done if ketamine is known to be really dangerous, and it's known to make you feel or get addicted really quick? And I just don't understand why the government just doesn't do more research on it, or just either they figure out the perfect dose where even after the individual is done with that prescribed drug, that they won't feel like they need it after, or just eliminate the whole thing in general so that there's not even a chance to be addicted, or for the individual to have to go look for drugs out in the street that will help him because they can't get it prescribed anymore. How can you guard yourselves and those you love? So the way I would guard myself would be by distracting myself and surrounding myself around peers that don't do the thing that I don't want to fall into, which is, for my case, drinking. I usually hang out with people that drink a lot, and recently I've been hanging out more with like the ministry group, and so I stay away from that, and it's helped me. I've also been distracting myself by going to the gym and just finding ways to do stuff that distract me and not make me overthink or get sad or mad that will cause me to want to drink. So for me, it would be that, and then also just realizing that I don't want to fall into a place where I have to be like in probation or I do something just bad because of my addiction if I fall into that. For people I love, I would just show them the statistics that show the negative effect that addiction has for individuals, and I would also use like stuff that I've seen in probation, because probation has really showed me how bad addictions can be and what it can lead you to do and how it can make you just act and just behave and think. So that's what I would do to guard myself and guard people that I love. And those are the 4 questions that we had. Thank you.